Good day, and you will note when you get to the end of a week at the plot this week that I'm wearing the same clothes and it all looks the same, and that's because it's actually Sunday the 9th that I'm filming this. I decided during the week that I'm going to split this week's A Week at the Plot into two parts. One uploaded on Monday morning, which is this one, and one uploaded on Wednesday morning. So the Monday will take us through the first part and the Wednesday will take us through the second part of the week. And I thought I would trial this throughout the month of July just to see whether shorter videos are watched more by people. Simply that, you know, nothing else, because I think the information that I give in A Week at the Plot is really good. But when I look at the viewing figures, I do notice that though many of you watch the whole of A Week at the Plot from beginning to end, some people, the average view is sort of 18 to 20 minutes. So I'm wondering if I sort of cut down, or if I split A Week at the Plot into two, whether more information will be garnered by more people, basically, which I think would be great, because I do enjoy generally doing A Week at the Plot, and I think the content of information in it is really pretty good. So yeah, I'm going to trial it through the month of July and let's see what happens. So now we're going to do a bit of time traveling and travel back to, is it Monday the 3rd of July? Yeah, Monday the 3rd of July. See you back there. Good day and welcome to a bit of a breezy afternoon at the plot. While the grey clouds over there, blue sky, more blue sky over there, whiter clouds over there. We had quite a few showers earlier, which of course has done the ground an awful lot of good, and the plants in the ground an awful lot of good, which is great. I think we've got some more to come, so I'm going to get some chicken manure pellets down, mainly in the tomato bed here and along the bean beds, the tomato bed over here as well, and I'll scatter some across the top here, because then when it does rain, the nutrients, or the pellets, will start breaking down and the nutrients can go into the soil. These this side, oh lovely butterfly, these this side, or a few here, seem okay. These seem a bit yellowy, so that's possibly too much of a particular nutrient. I'm not sure. We'll see how they go. Maybe that perennial compost was incredibly rich in nitrogen or something. But if they were, then would I expect yellowing of the leaf? But the plants themselves look okay, so yeah, happy with that. What I was sort of happy with as well, even though it doesn't look very nice, is this. The reason I'm happy for this is because we haven't seen foxes here for an awful long time, and I'm assuming that it's, instead of this blowing in, it was brought in by a fox. So of course I'm going to tidy that up now and put that into a bin and take it home and put it in our home waste bin. But yeah, hopefully that means foxes are around. Oh look, the sun is coming out now. I mean, when the sun is out, you know, the colours are just popping. Look at this lavender, just popping. And of course, you know, big bumblebees enjoying it. Yeah, lovely, but a bit breezy. Oh, I think I need to stake that sunflower. It's the only sunflower we've got, so yeah, I think I need to stake it. There's a bit of couch grass, bindweed there climbing up, so I'll take that out as well. These we're still harvesting from, and I'm letting them go to seed, and we're going to save seed, so we'll have plenty of this seed, which I'm sure, I can't remember who said it, but I'm sure this is Marvel of Four Seasons. And then over here we have another type of lettuce, not that one there, which we're harvesting from now, and it's rather lovely again, so I think we'll be saving seed from these as well. Happy days. Oh, also happy days, cucumbers. Yay! Oh, look, it's one, well, three there, look, one there, one there, one there. I saw another one over here somewhere. Yeah, there. Oh, more. So our cucumbers are beginning to form now, which is great. And the courgettes, they really are loving this weather, so they're growing pretty well as well. There's two in there to harvest, two in there, one there, one there. There's one here, and I'm going to get my secateurs and cut this up finally and put it into the hexagonal compost bin. Yeah, first of all, chicken manure pellets though. So I'm now in the poly, and that's because I'm going to do a little bit of seed sowing. But before I get to that, just back to the scattering of things like chicken manure pellets, any type of fertiliser. Make sure you are upwind of where you're going to be scattering your fertiliser, because what you want to make sure is when you scatter, the wind is going to blow any dust from that fertiliser away from you and not towards you. So yeah, always best to check the wind direction and then put yourself between the direction the wind is coming from and the bed that you want to scatter your fertiliser on. That way, when you do scatter, the wind will blow any dust away from you rather than towards you. Yeah, good to be mindful of that. And what am I going to be sowing today? I'm sowing more Marvel of Four Seasons, and this time it's not our own safe seed, it's seed that Vivi sent me a couple of years ago. I think I was looking for Marvel of Four Seasons and I knew I had some, but I couldn't find any. And Vivi said, oh, I've got some spare, I'll send them to you. And of course, what I was forgetting is that our save seed was Marvel of Four Seasons. And that's why I was thinking, oh, I'm sure we've got a seed. But yeah, it wasn't seed in a sort of commercial packet. It was seed that I had saved. So I'm going to be sowing these. Vivi and I had a conversation this morning, and this is sort of like a reminder of that conversation. So I'm sowing this today. Merveille des Quatre Saisons, as it is in French, or Marvel of Four Seasons, as we call it. Even though I'm sitting in the poly, it's still quite bright out there. I'm squinting a little bit, but anyway, let's just get to a seed tray that I've filled with some compost here, and I'm actually using the compost that the borlotti seeds were in because I haven't put it on the tomato bed yet. Just opening the packet and taking some seeds out into my palm. Plenty of seeds there, and I'm just sowing thinly. I'm most probably sowing about 20 seeds. Won't really be able to see them because they're quite dark. The rest go back into the packet because they can be used another time. And then I'm just going to press the seeds into the compost, and then a thin layer of compost on top. Seed sowing done. Now I'm going to put this compost here onto our tomato bed. Don't want it going to waste, and I've got plenty other compost in a bag to the left of me as well. It's been rather a quick visit for this first segment of this week's A Week at the Plot, and it's Wednesday afternoon. I've needed to do quite a few things at home and at my desk, and I need to get back to my desk relatively soon. I'm going to be down here later again because I'm showing paddock plots this afternoon to... No, it's just one plot. So I'm showing the paddock plots to one potential plot holder here, which is great. Yesterday, 2 people were shown and they have taken them on. It was in the afternoon yesterday, and I have to say I got rather drenched. In fact, so drenched did I get that my shoes that I had on, my trainers, are still drying out. I mean, my fault completely, because I looked out and I thought, oh, it's drizzling a bit. I think it'll be okay for an hour. And I was halfway down the road and it just started raining quite heavily. But you know what? I had a plan, and I'd had an agreement that I was going to meet someone and show them the plot. So I showed one person a plot at 2, one person a plot at 6, and both of them have taken it on. And one of the reasons I wanted to come down today, apart from doing a few jobs here, was to check the numbering that I have on my screen at home for the plots here, because I put somebody, one of the early people who took on a paddock plot, I put them down as 4, which meant that the person yesterday who took a plot was number 3, and I thought, this person's not number 3. So I thought I needed to come down here and just look at the layout again, and sure enough, that initial plot 4 should have been plot 5, and the plot 3 was actually plot 4. So now I can go to the charity and let them know that 3 new other people have taken on paddock plots. So we now have 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 11 allocated. I'm waiting to hear back from one other person, and the charity is contacting the waiting list about you know, the others that need to be shown. So yeah, things are moving there, and of course they need to move there because the charity is not going to be taking any money over the coming months for those plots, allowing time for people to sort of get on top of them and look at raised beds, edge beds, or just ground beds. But then our rentals start again. Our annual rentals start October, so that's October to September. So in October or in September, invoices will be going out for the October 23, September 24 season, and those will be invoiced as part of the whole site as well. So that's great. And I have to say, yesterday, you know, it reminded me. Sorry, I'll finish that sentence. Yesterday, even though it was chucking it down with rain and I was drenched through, the sheer joy that came off the 2 people because they were taking on a plot and they had a growing space was just immense. I mean, it really was. And it reminded me of when I got my growing space. I can't even remember, was it December 2014 or December 2013, 3 metre by 3 metre growing space at the community gardens. And you know, I think it was 2014, and several years later, you know, I moved here, and yeah, you know, Week at the Plot started, what was that, in 2020, something like that. Yeah, how times change, how times change. But there's a spider just caught a fly in its web. Getting distracted again, you know. Anyway, there we are. And look, my hair, it is a bit shorter. A friend of ours who lives down the road cut it for me on Monday afternoon, so I'm quite pleased. It's amazing how much weight is in hair, you know, and she's cut it back, and I'm really pleased with it, so that's great. I think Richard might be having his cut on Saturday. Anyway, I'm going to go, otherwise I will start rambling. And some of you like it, some of you don't. Those people that don't like it, hey ho, I don't like life sometimes either. Right, I'm going to go, and I will see you relatively soon, I think. There's going to be a bit of tidying. I'm constantly tidying at the moment. Well, not constantly, because I'm not here constantly, but when I'm down here I am doing tidying, and you don't see all of that, but it does actually feel quite endless at the moment. But hey ho, I have done the broad beans, so they are now in the hexagonal compost bin. And as I did that, it reminded me, or I saw that and I thought, oh, I must do something else, because we've got quite a lot of stinging nettles that surround the hexagonal compost bin, and most of them are pretty tall and have gone to flower, and new stinging nettles are coming up from the bottom. So I think one of the jobs I might be doing relatively soon is cutting back the stinging nettles to allow those new stinging nettles at the bottom to grow well, and of course to make us fertilizer as well, because that's what some of the nettles that I'm going to be cutting will be used for. The rest will go into the compost bin. Right, I'm going. See you very soon. Bye. Good day. Here's our first visit to the new Kew Kitchen Garden. I have to say I'm not sure about it. I'm missing the grass paths. So all the borders here, all the beds rather, are bordered with metal now, which I can't think will help heat retention. The arches, that's an apple arch, it says. So there's apple trees on either side. And we're early in the morning, so the planes are really kicking into Heathrow. Yeah, I mean, there's a soft fruit cage over there. And I mean, this bed, it does say, there's a sign that says that this is to show how you can grow different things in a small bed. What's this bed? I guess this is about 2 meters by 8 meters maybe. And of course there is sort of vegetables in there, and there's some flowers in there, and of course there's flowering vegetables in there as well, because most vegetables do get pollinated from a flower. Is it all? Well, no, potatoes, maybe they do. But yeah, there's soft fruit cage in there. Well, there's soft fruit in the soft fruit cage. Interestingly, being quite rigidly grown up metal poles, those currants and gooseberries, and then more loosely at the front here. I mean, you've got to marvel at it, of course. Bean arches, asparagus bed, Oh, what I do love is that seat of wooden stones over there. That's wood and stones, not wooden stones. There's work people over there working, so we won't go over there, but yeah, lots of veg in that area. Oh, over here, squash. Yeah, they're beginning to produce. Another person working over there. Oh, and I'm not sure if you can see, but they put a sort of a shelter over there, but on the roof it's obviously a green roof because it's got plants growing on top of it. Runner beans, different types of runner beans. Wonder if they've got any gigantes. Oh, their aubergine's doing better than mine. Mind you, I did only put mine in a few weeks ago, didn't I? Monge 2, which have mainly gone over now. The pea sticks are still in there. White Lady. Tender Star, not heard of that one. Painted Lady, which I've heard of. Celebration. Oh, that's a rather nice sort of apricot coloured flower. That's nice. Benchmaster. Now that one's supposed to be sort of quite rugged, I think, and long podded. And then some other runners which look like bush runners to me. They've gone from over there, so yeah, more squash over there. There's a full squash bed. This looks like spinach, fresh spinach put in as well. Brassicas going in over there. Let's have a look at those. So I think they must have harvested these and they're putting these in, and they've laid them out like I do. Different varieties of kale, I assume that is. Pumpkin, 100 weight. I mean, this would just be a dream job, wouldn't it? But look at that bench. I just love that bench. One day I hope to have a bench like that. Maybe in an area that has fewer planes as well. Oh, and there's some artichokes over there, and oh, not cardoons. Oh god, I was just talking about them. Anyway, those things. Okra. I'll avoid that person. Yeah. Anyway, there we are. All potatoes here. Which are no dig potatoes, I see. But yeah, and then there's a bed here of greens and things. What's that? Safflower. Don't know what safflower is. Oh, tomatoes. Gosh, yes, they've got very few tomatoes in. Mulberry there. Peach. It's got some little peach on it. Sorghum. So there we are. That is the new kitchen garden, which we haven't seen before. Lovely to see it. And I love this wooden structure over here, which I'm not going to show you because there's a person walking. But I do miss the grass paths. See you very soon. Bye.